You all can join in too if you know what you're doing with these avatars. Just type in some action commands and see if you can move your Pokemon avatar too. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight. All alone we will never be. The two of us are holding the key. We see today a world we couldn't see. Before I say goodbye to you, one more last fist bump. I know you have been afraid before, but you don't have to be anymore. No more emptiness to feel inside. When we run together, no one can break up our stride. No looking back. You and I were on the attack. Full speed ahead, running to the sunset. Such a different feeling. Both of us believing we can make it better. Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done. We can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight. It's a brand new day. We have turned the page. Never knew how much I needed somebody to help me this way. All alone we will never be the two.
Grab the star! Grab the star! Okay, guys, we're going to have one more song just while I go grab a quick drink ready for tonight's stream. So I'm just going to play one more and then we're going to make a start. Okay, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the time has hit 0. You know what that means. It's live stream time. Alright, so just get into position here with our team in check. Oh, looks like someone's playing the slots. Who's playing the slots? Big box, no whammies. No win there. Oh well. Wait, what? Okay, no, you're going to work for me now. Alright. Just get things set up here. Uh-oh. What do you mean, error? Bloody hell. Technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 minute while I put this back up. Sorry, guys. I had everything planned out, I swear. Right, we'll try that again. Ah, there we go. That's why I couldn't see them, because everything was going to shit. Alright, there we go. Alright, okay, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I think we're all good now. Alright, so there we go. We're finally up and running. So, finally got that up and running. So let's get our little group in check. So I'll just get the last thing set up here. Okay. Alright. There we go. Right. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Finally got it all sorted. Sorry about this, guys. Let's get the team. Let's get the team. Alright. Check 1, 2. Are we all good?
Hey.
There we go. Finally got some life. So, hello everybody. What is up, guys? It's Brownie the JCG Gamers charging you with joy for tonight's live stream. Hope you guys rolled high on perception because you guys have just found us.
Oh god.
I'm trying to work that. I'm sorry. But anyway, as introduced, I am Brownie of the JCG Gamers, and joining us tonight for our Dungeons and Dragons session, we have our beloved intrepid heroes. We have the halfling Trilly, played by Aeon.
Hello.
We have Golden Heart, the dragon, played by Caitlin.
Raw.
We have Zelion, the half-elf bard, played by Delancey.
Yo.
And we have the mighty drunken lad himself, Mugbeard, played by Moonraven, the dwarf.
Yes.
Welcome, laddies. Welcome,
Yes. So, are we all ready for tonight's live stream?
Yes. Yep.
All right, so let me get things set up here. So, for those who are brand new to our session, if you don't know, we are doing a Dungeons Dragons session here, and we're currently on episode 3. So, can everybody see exactly where we are right now?
Yes, we're in the middle of the arena of
Yeah.
the fortress.
Yes, alright, so let me get our session set up so we have our music to play. So, last time, when we had our intrepid heroes kick things
We
off,
had a chaotic battle.
let the DM do his job. The DM's supposed to do his job. Anyway, so, our mighty intrepid heroes managed to make their way to the Broken Chalice Tavern, and there they met up with Titanus Ron. Titanus Ron explained to our beloved intrepid heroes of the lovable situation of a mysterious force that has been invading the world, supposedly known as the Black Pen. The Black Pen is supposedly trying to stop the Unity from taking place, and it's now down to our heroes to try and stop it. But whether this is a rumor or not, the heroes have been sent to a very special place called the Baluster of Column to check on the recent rumor that this was a place held by Fallen Talon, a old member of the Black Quill. After making their way...
Black pen.
Black Pen, thank you, sorry.
It's
After
alright.
successfully making their way to the base, with a rowdy hello to the inhabitants of this base got involved in the fight with bandits. With the fact of their first team battle taking place, the team have now successfully finished their first battle, and with the success of 4 dead bandits, well, 3 dead bandits, 1 unconscious, and 1 alive and tied up, it is now down to our heroes to decide the next move. So, mighty heroes, you have now successfully done the battle. You have the bandit tied up. What would you like to do?
I
Kill him.
We stay for tonight.
Oh yeah, that too.
So you guys are going to do. So you guys are going to go straight for a short rest or a long rest. What are you going to go for? So to explain the difference for those who don't know, a short rest is only a good couple of hours. You recover hit points based on what your hit dice is. Which, if you click short dice in D&D Beyond, or you roll the dice on there, you recover the hit points. If you go for a long rest, you literally recover everything. But that is, I believe, 8 hours. So,
I think a short. Let's see. How bad is everybody injured?
well, from what I've got based on my guide here, the only one who took a bit of damage, from what I see, is Raven.
Yeah, but don't you regain the HP when you level up?
To my knowledge, I believe so. Yes. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm at level 2
I'm
and
back,
my
sorry,
hit point
I'm
happens-
it's all right. So yeah, everyone hit level 2 at the end of the battle, so everybody should be pretty much full in that. But it depends if you guys want to recover a rest or whatever, if you wish.
So it's
I-
only for spells.
I currently have 9 hit. I have a max of 10 hit points, and I currently have 9, so I didn't exactly heal. So should I just at least put myself? Should I put myself at my max hit points?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll allow that this time.
I don't know. I mean, are we supposed to recover all of them after a level up?
Believe so.
Sorry. As a DM, this is something I should have looked up, and for that, I'm truly sorry.
Well, I'm new to this, so I have no idea.
Let me have a quick look just to make sure. From what I gather, I have heard that people say yes and people say no. So let me have a look. Does it have lethal damage? See damage level.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Just wondering, you have like my character sheet, so you can just like sort all that out, right?
Yes, I can easily do that. Okay, so from what I see, okay, it actually doesn't say anything if you level up. I think when you level up, you just increase your max, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
So
you're still on 9 for the moment, I'd say.
Oh. Okay. Maybe
Then
we
I
can
need
take
a long rest.
All right. So do you guys want to do a long rest?
I'm gonna keep watch because I'm at full HP because I'm good at this.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Leave this with me. I need to do my thing. I have to do my
guess we're-
thing.
So I guess we're doing a long rest.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you guys have decided you want to settle down for the long rest. So you guys decide to set up a camp right in the middle of the area. So if you would like to, you can move your characters if you so wish. You should be able to.
Nope, I can't.
Okay, so we're on that scenario again. Okay. Maybe it helps if I put these. Okay, you know what? I can take care of that. I got that quick for you. So we'll do this and this and this.
Okay.
You still have your bandit here. Who's looking after the bandit, by the way?
Oh, I will.
Okay, Caitlin's
So
looking
should I just click take long rest with reset map?
Not yet. You have to wait for the DM to declare that you successfully completed the long rest before you can do it. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so
Since when?
so you guys have now settled down for your long rest. So who's taking the first shift?
Me.
Oh,
Wait. What about the unconscious bandit?
The unconscious bandit, I looked into that. The unconscious bandit right now, he is just laying unconscious. He cannot get up, but he's technically not dying, so he's just out cold.
Where is he right now?
He is currently still by the bushes.
Okay. Can I just go over and just bring him along, just to avoid getting sneak attacked in case he wakes up?
Didn't we tie him up?
No, you tied up the one who's awake.
From what I got
tie
here,
up this one as well.
If you want to tie him up, go ahead.
I've got some rope.
Okay.
Kinky.
Right. Can you just tie up the unconscious one and just bring him over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a hold of the second guard, which I will quickly get up here.
Who is fucking massive.
Yep. Sorry, every time I drag it in. Okay, so who's looking after this one?
I think
I'll sit on him.
Trilly,
Yeah,
you sit
I'll
on the
just-
unconscious one. I'll look after the awake one.
yeah, I'll look after the unconscious one.
Okay, so the unconscious one there. Okay, so
It's Leon, you're gonna have a long rest. How can you keep an eye on him if you're gonna have a long rest?
He's unconscious.
okay,
So we might as
so
well just sit on him.
okay. Anyway, so the sun at the moment is currently at about 3:30 in the afternoon at the moment. So, Truly and Goldenheart, you said you're both taking the first watch together?
Yep.
Okay, so you two can decide either one of you makes a perception check with advantage, or you both roll separate perception checks.
Wait, are you talking to me too?
advantage,
No. This is just Goldenheart and Trilly.
Because
Okay.
you're gonna have a long rest now.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So
I thought we were all taking a long rest.
You are.
No.
You do shifts, because basically if you all go to sleep, you could get attacked, and you're all asleep, which means the worst could happen.
what if one of us refuses to sleep?
It's up to you. You can have one person just take the shift if you want. It's entirely up to you.
I'm okay doing it. I mean, like me and Trilly can happily do it because we're at full HP. Perception 2.
Okay, so you make your roll in the chat.
Yep. Give me a minute. Rolling 8. That's
8.
not so bad.
That's okay.
In perception.
Yeah.
Didn't you say get like a bit of an advantage?
Basically how it works, if two people do the shift, either one person can make that. Oh god. Okay.
Fuck me.
Okay, so let's see, 19. So the first part of your shift comes to a uneventful end. Nothing entirely bad. Nothing bad happens. You just sit there with Trilly just happily just keeping his eyes alert. Trilly is used to the alertness of sort of in nature's surroundings in unfamiliar territory, so she's pretty much used to this. As for Goldenheart has got her eyes just squarely on the bandit. She doesn't really seem to pay much attention. The bandit just sort of the bandit looks up at you, Goldenheart, and just sort of smirks a little bit.
What are you smirking at, bandit?
Oh, nothing. Just it's quite interesting to see a scenario of this.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, a dragon looking after humans. Isn't it normally, I don't know, a dragon's job to take advantage of a human's weakness?
Watch your tongue, and otherwise you'll see what a dragon can do to a human.
Please, I bear no ill. I'm just a simple man trying to make a simple living. You have to excuse my, opinion.
Whatever you, I don't care what it is, but we are gonna take you to the capital, and they will sort you out.
He just sits there he just sits there quietly, and he just begins to chuckle a little bit. Take me to the capital? You really have no idea who I am, do you?
Just a low-life bandit.
A low-life bandit? You dare think you can question Marco? I am the leader of the rebellious foot.
Yep, and soon enough, my foot is going to strike at your face if you keep carrying on.
Make either make intimidation or persuasion check, Caitlin.
I think it'll be more intimidation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As I say, this down to you if you want to play the nice game or the hard game.
Hard game. Please give me a good roll. Give me.
Oh, 20.
Yeah, good one.
Okay. All right. Let me make a persuasion check on my end if he can do something against this. Is it persuasion? No, I think it's more insight to see if he's. Okay. He looks at you and he can tell by the look on your face that you're a bit serious. He just slowly shuffles a little bit back and he's like, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rile you up. You have to understand. I have to, be strong. I'm a rebellious man,
Rebellion against what?
Rebellion? Why? Life itself. You have to understand. A man such as me has to do what he can to survive. I mean, surely you understand what a bandit does.
I understand survival, but killing people? What do you gain from all that?
Killing people? I prefer the term punishing the curious more than that, if you ask me. But what I hope to gain from it is just as you say. Survival.
Yeah.
You bandits are all mad.
Mad we may be, but what do I know? But I could make a little deal with you if you would like.
Deal?
Now, while this is going on, Trilly, you are obviously paying... Are you paying attention to this conversation, or are you just more looking around the surroundings?
Would it be possible to examine the surroundings?
Yeah, okay, okay.
The bolts they were using.
Yeah, by all means. Make a perception check. So while you're doing that, so while he's doing that, Marco just looks up at you and he's just like, all I just want to do is just get out of here. You guys are obviously way too strong for someone like me, and I should know better. So what I would like to do is this. Nearby, there is a secret enclosure, and I can give you some coordinates to a little spot of personal treasure. If you let me go, I will tell only you where this location is, and the treasure could be all yours. All you have to do is just cut me loose. That's all you have to do.
So, hold on. Can I click the take long rest button right now?
Not yet. No, don't worry. I'll tell you when, I promise.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. I just don't know how the...
Don't worry. Okay, so while that's going on, Trilly, you got 22. Wow. Okay. You look around so because of your agileness, you're able to sweep over the fortress in no more than about 2 minutes. You look over the whole fortress and it doesn't look like there's much to go on, except you notice that hanging on the back wall, hidden in the corner, is a scrunched up black cloth. Because you rolled so high, you also notice that near this black cloth, there are 5 crossbow arrows, and also a bag containing 25 gold as well.
Cha-ching, motherfucker.
So Marco just looks back up at you. So what do you say, little dragon?
Oh, should I say something? Oh, yeah. Give me a minute, sorry.
It's alright.
Goldenheart then just looks at Marco and just laughs. You must think I'm some sort of weak-minded fool, don't you? I do not seek gold. All I'm after is to bring you to the capital. Then I'll happily get what I want. So you can keep your lousy treasure.
Marco just shrugs just briskly and just like, okay, suit yourself. Okay, so Trilly, before we get to the end of this bit, obviously you noticed those bits and things. What are you going to do? Are you going to go back to the group?
Well, I'll pocket the gold and stow the bolts away in my backpack.
Okay.
Is there anything on the black cloth, or is it just literally a plain black scrunched up cloth?
Okay. One sec. Okay. So you unravel the cloth and you take a brief look. The cloth isn't so much like a sort of rag, but it's more like a flag. And on this flag, it is partially ripped up on the corners, and there's also a large hole ripped on the top of the flag, almost like somebody cut something straight through the top. So it is still hanging on by two golden rings that are still there, but there isn't much of any pole. But you take a look and you notice that this flag has a symbol. The symbol is a black quill with golden highlights.
I wonder if that will be important later on.
I wonder indeed. Okay, so
I'll bring that over and show Goldenheart. So, here, look what I found stuck in the corner.
A piece of cloth.
as you're looking over the cloth, Marco sort of shivers a little bit. A Trilly, make an insight check.
Okey-dokey.
Caitlin, I will say this. Yeah. Do you want to make an insight check too, or do you want to give Trilly some help and give her an advantage?
Give Trilly some help.
Okay, so Trilly, you roll with advantage, please.
Okay.
Oh, I have insight +4. Does that count?
Well, it's a natural 20. Natural 20. That was worth it. Okay, so Trilly, when you reveal the black cloth, you glance up at Marco and you can see sweat beginning to form all on his brow. You can also see a partial teeth gritting, and through the teeth gritting, you can hear him whispering a simple phrase. I asked him to get rid of it. This is not what we had in mind.
I can read you like a parchment, mate. You got something wrong?
What are you hiding?
I'm hiding nothing. I resume my right to remain silent. And he looks over in the direction to where the flag was.
Wait. Goldenheart then grabs him by the neck and glares at him.
No, I beg your pardon.
You deaf. After what you did, you deserve the right to remain silent. Ha! You have no right. Now tell us what is with the parchment, or I swear I will happily rip your tongue out.
So because of Goldenheart's volume, Mugbeard and Zelion stir in their sleep, and they slightly begin to wake up.
Oh.
I'm still going.
And I just kind of get up and rub my eyes, and I'm just like, what's with all the yelling? What's going on?
I stand up and I walk towards the people and cautiously grab my quarterstaff.
Okay. All right.
So, bandit.
Are we knocking this guy out already? Aw. You're no fun.
You have 10 seconds before I decide to gouge your eye out.
Okay.
Ah!
Golden Heart,
Yeah.
either make persuasion or intimidation check, please. Actually, this is full-fledged intimidation, so roll intimidation check, please.
I was gonna say persuasion.
And after she's done,
Please.
I'm going to have my way.
Hold on.
Oh!
All right. Also, Raven King played their first D&D session last Saturday. How'd it go, Raven? Like to hear how that went. Okay, so Caitlin,
I got
that's a 20. Okay, you can see you can see as you're beginning the countdown, he slowly begins to gulp very nervously, and he can tell that you are meaning business, and he's looking over all of you, and he can see the dwarf readying the staff, almost like that was the extra persuasion.
I'm just smiling happily.
10, 9, 8.
Okay. If I tell you, could you please don't kill me?
Okay, now my face is just sad.
Okay.
And I just kick a rock.
Okay. Okay. The truth is, we were hired. Okay?
Hired?
By 2.
I don't know. All I know is I received a note. Some stupid figure came up to us. He invaded our base. Then the next thing you know, he gave us a deal.
What deal?
The deal was he would offer us a huge amount of gold and a chance to survive in this world. I mean, what could we do when he offered us 1,000 gold? What were we supposed to do?
Decline, obviously, you weak-minded fool.
You tell that to what he did to poor Percy! And you can see him beginning to shiver completely, his face dropping white as a ghost.
Excuse me, who's Percy?
Percy. He was the former leader. If you don't mind, could you just put me down, just please?
Slowly, let's go with him.
Okay.
Are you the new leader? Should we set an example from you?
Okay, to answer your question, yes, but I was the vice head. I just took over just because this...
You're next in line. Nice.
Okay, for the record, I did nothing. This was not my idea. All I'm saying is I was put up to this task, and basically, my brother, he tried to stand up. He took one swing, and the next thing I know, bang! He was incinerated, right there on the spot. Nothing.
My
left.
eyes widen. What the heck?
He basically said he would do that to the rest of us every time we said no until we complied. We thought he was making it up. So he did it 2 more times. Even when we said yes, he did it a 3rd.
I kind of glance over at the unconscious bandit. How are they doing?
The unconscious bandit he's there asleep. You can see he's slowly stirred, but he hasn't regained consciousness yet.
So, Golden Heart then looks around at the dead bodies scattered, and she lets out a sigh. So, you've been forced to do this.
You can see why we said that we needed to survive. The rebellious foot, we believe that every person deserves a right to be free. Every human being, everyone deserves to be free. We're no similar than those people from the Vanguard or the people from the Treaty. We just have a different way we see peace and justice. We believe that freedom shouldn't be restricted by words or a wall. It deserves to have freedom of movement. And that's when we were approached by a man. This man, he called himself Quill.
Quill?
Yes.
I kind of pull out the black feather that I got from the dead bandit and kind of hold it up. Question: was he the one who gave you guys this feather?
Yes.
By any chance?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. He said that was the symbol to prove that we did it. He said, once we looted this place and gathered every hint of, and you can see him slowly beginning to shiver. He sort of looks at the ground and he's like, "No, I can't say any more. I'm scared. He could be watching. He could be ready to strike. He could
Golden
be."
Heart then puts a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Listen, we won't let anything happen to you. How about this? How about I make you a deal? You tell us everything. I'll happily untie you. And then we will protect you until we make our way to the capital. I can try and convince the guards to give you a lesser punishment because you were forced to do this. But just know that you are safe. You won't be harmed.
I don't. Hold up. Do you think? I don't think it's a good idea to untie him. At least not when. At least. I mean,
I didn't trust him.
How do you know that the guards aren't? How do you know the guards aren't going to attack him? How do you know the guards aren't going to attack the bandit once we approach? If they notice that he's untied, then and armed, armed. Does he have any weapons on him? Does he still have his weapons on him?
At the moment, he's still his scimitar is sort of just next to him by about 5 feet. So it's next to him. His crossbow is still attached to the back of him. The rope that you procured has his arms literally on the top of the bolt. So literally, if somebody pulled the trigger, the arrow would shoot through the rope.
Yeah.
Well,
If they know,
And then sit back down on the unconscious bandit.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
If they notice an unarmed bandit, they might assume that he's here to attack. And who know? And what if they think? And what if they think we allied with bandits? That's not going to look good on us.
well, what if he doesn't come as a bandit? Golden Heart then goes into a bag and pulls out some blankets. What if he's just a poor farmer or something going into town? Once we get into the capital and find what's that guy's name? Titania? No.
Titanus.
Titanus. We can then explain it to him. Don't worry.
I kind of look at the blankets and then just like, there are better ways of going about this than just using blankets.
And what's your idea?
I kind of reach into my bag and pull out a disguise kit. We could always use this.
Why didn't you say so?
I never had. Hey, you didn't ask, and we didn't have a use for it until now.
Well, we can happily use that. What do you say, Bandit? Do we have a deal?
Marco just contemplates for a little bit. He sort of looks up at Golden Heart, then he looks up at Trilly, then at Mugbeard, and then at Zelion. He then contemplates for a couple of seconds, and then he looks at his unconscious friend on the Trilly has usually happily as a cushion. He then sighs heavily, and then he's like, "Okay, I trust you, but you have to understand, I've been a bandit for a while, so if I don't completely trust you, please understand. I don't mean ill. Just promise me you'll keep me safe, and I will happily do whatever you wish. If you want me to turn myself in, I'll do that. If you want me to make amends somehow, I'll do that. Just all I ask is that this information goes nowhere."
We promise.
Marco, what's the name of your friend that I'm sat on?
Oh, him?
Polo?
Marco!
God damn it! Why did I think of that? no, I have the yeah, no. His sorry. His name is Voro. Voro.
Oro. Okay.
Voro. The way that
Boro or Boro? What did he say?
Voro.
Boro.
Think like Toro, but with a V instead of a T.
With a V.
Yes. The reason that
V.
it sounds weird. He chose the name himself. We ended up with a load of people and a name. We had Marco. We had one who decided to call himself Toro, and for some reason everyone decided that maybe we should have an O at the end of our names. Honestly, I don't get the reason why. They just followed it. So I guess it was looking cool. But either way.
And interesting. I kind of look up. Okay. What should we do if your friend wakes up?
I'd say providing we explain the situation, I'd say I'll convince him to do the same thing as I do. Just promise that you won't do anything.
We promise. Now,
Hey,
tell
we
her.
do not go around randomly killing people.
And well, technically, they randomly tried to kill us.
Glares at Zillion.
Hey, I'm just saying. I raise my hands up in defense. I'm just saying.
Marco just sighs heavily and looks up with you, almost with a near gentle smile, like he actually feels a little relieved. Okay. I can tell you everything that I know. First of all, look in my pocket, and he shuffles a little to the right, and you see that he has long green pants on, and basically he has a pocket on his right side. It's slightly ripped, but you can see like little patchwork, so you can tell he's been on this for a while. Just reach into his pocket. I do it myself, but you know.
Golden Heart then reaches into his pocket and pulls something out. Do I do an insight?
No, I think you're okay on this one. You're okay for this because he's only got the item in his pocket, so that's okay. So
Alright.
you reach into his pocket and you pull out a black piece of paper.
Is the writing in white?
Yes, it is. Ironically enough,
Of course.
the writing just specifies. So you take a look at the note, and you see that the note simply says two things. The first is its directions. All it says is go to Hope Key. Baluster of Golem. Oh, Column, sorry. Baluster of Column. Protect. Ransack. Find. Retreat with black pen. The second thing on there is a picture of a flame.
What is this? What does this mean?
We were issued to gather everything in the space. that belonged to the Black Pen. I couldn't believe it myself at the first, but when you watched some of your family being killed, you kind of don't have much else to go on.
Hmm.
Why? What is so important that he wanted you to come here?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I know of the rumors. He mentioned that this place was important to them. But the fact that he sent us to this, that still baffles me, but pretty some life intact. It kind of was a hard deal, at least to take with our pride.
Wait, you mentioned that there was a secret place with a secret code. Was that a lie?
No, that was entirely true.
Do you
This
know what's in it?
it was the location where we were to take all of the stuff that was relating to the Black Pen. It's actually not that far from here at all. In fact, you guys remember the crossroads you used to came here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a beaten path to the left. You just go down that path and it takes you to a wide open clearing. In that clearing, there's a pool of water. There are also 4 keystones in the water. If you press the keystones as a certain order, it reveals the contents. It reveals a chest, and this was where we were told to put these items. Once we got everything, we were to basically just back off and return back here, back to our hideout. After that, who knows?
Wait, when did you say that he would meet you here?
He said he would meet us here in about, and he sort of contemplates for a bit as he's trying to remember.
I look around. Is there any sign of something amiss?
Make a perception check.
Okay, perception. Okay, I have half proficiency. What is that for perception? What does that mean?
Half proficiency. So that basically means I think you have half of what you normally get. So I think what you roll, and then it's half of what you have at the end of it.
Okay,
so you roll the dice, and then we halve it basically.
I don't like that. You said a perception check, right?
Yes.
All right. 8.
So that's a 4. You don't notice anything. You're still so tired after the battle that you're having a hard time seeing things. So Marco he sort of stumbles for a little bit, and he's then like, I'm sorry, I could tell you when the meeting occurred. It was about 5 days ago. But after that, all he told us was load the chest, then come back. He didn't say anything else besides that. I'm sorry, I couldn't be much more help than that.
How long ago did you transport all the stuff to this pool, and what's the combination for the keystones?
Okay. The last time we went there, it literally was this morning. There were quite a few stuff in this base, but it was blocked off, so we had to take care of the doorway, which took a little bit of hassle to break down. But this morning was when we got the second to last. That stuff in the corner, we were going to get rid of that, or deposit it, before we heard your appearance. But if you really want to sort out this chest, and I really do warn you, this Quill person is something not to be trifled with, and he stutters, but if you really want to know what this combination is, the combination you're looking for is 4 downlines 2 sidelines, a swirl, and a fire. The problem is and a flame. The thing is, there are 7 keystones there. I don't know what happens if you press the wrong one, but Quill made it clear never to press the wrong one.
You hear that, Mugbeard?
Bugbeard is just
I
none
read-
the wiser.
I kind of write all this down, and I kind of write all this down, quickly jot this down in a journal that I'm in a journal.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
First, we need to take you and your friends to the capital where you will be safe. It's best to go there now, unless you want to meet this Quill person.
They know where the city is. Let them just go there.
Let's
The guards will untie them.
let's at least escort them. At least if we go back to Hope,
Yeah.
we can at least stock up on supplies.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So
Once we keep them safe, the least we can do is escort them, leave them with the guards, and then we know they're in good hands.
First, we need to take them to. Fuck's sake, I can't remember that guy's name.
Titanus.
Titanus.
First, we need to take them to Titanus and tell them what happened. Maybe Titanus can give us more backup.
Okay, so does this mean that you guys are giving up the long rest and you're going back to Hope Key? Yes.
Oh.
I need to know what you guys are doing.
Really?
I need my long
Mugbeard,
rest.
Really? Okay, so Mugbeard. Yeah, I think Mugbeard needs a long rest.
More people need it.
Yeah. Zillion.
I thought we were all in the middle of our long rest.
Yeah, so we didn't finish.
So that's why I'm asking if you guys basically want to either finish it or do you guys want to head back now while it's, you know.
I have 9 hit points, so I should be okay.
I would say finish it because Mugbeard's like really low, so it's best finishing it. Plus, it'll help to. Plus, the guy that's unconscious, he'll be awake after it.
Yeah, so we don't have to drag him.
So I say you guys finish the long rest.
All right.
You guys want to do the long rest?
Fair enough. As soon as everyone's
All
rested.
right.
First, can I just do one thing?
Yeah. What's that?
Okay. Golden Heart then turns towards the bandit, and then she unties him. But
What?
What?
What are you doing?
Marco.
they had a deal.
Yeah, but they can still betray us.
Yeah, not unless I not unless I take the weapons. She then takes his weapons.
Marco he blinks for a little bit, but before he takes a realization, he finds that the dragon is clambering all over him to basically grab hold of the weapons. He doesn't fight back. He just stands there with his arms wide out, almost like he's sort of having a T-pose or he's being crucified, and he just stands there and just lets you do this.
Let's at least remove the weapons on the unconscious guy too.
You go do that.
Hey. Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
I remove the unconscious guy's weapon, the unconscious
Okay.
bandit's weapon.
Okay, so that means both Zillion and Golden Heart at the moment are holding a crossbow and a scimitar each.
Okay, so we add those to our inventory.
But
What's that? What's that, Trill?
Trilly already has Marco's crossbow.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then. Okay, fair enough. So that means Golden Heart just has the scimitar. Zillion has the other two.
Okay, how do I add inventory from this?
D&D.
Oh, wait, never mind. I got manage equipment.
Okay.
Okay, so do I just add these to my inventory?
Yes. So Marco just looks over and says, "So we're going in a couple of hours. You guys need to get your strength
Right.
back."
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a scimitar and what now?
And a
Crossbow.
and a crossbow.
Okay, and And a crossbow. Wait, what kind of crossbow is it?
It's just, I believe it's a standard short one. Let me take a look.
Okay, because I got light, heavy, and hand.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Crossbow bolts and a crossbow case.
Okay, let me find out for you here. This is... Those are creature statistics, that's not what I'm looking for. Light crossbow.
Okay, it's a light crossbow.
It is a
Did I get any bolts, or is that it?
You find that there is one crossbow bolt still in the shot.
Okay, so I can add that to.
Yeah, just one bolt.
Oh, okay. So crossbow bolts. Oh, might as well lower the quantity to 1.
Okay. So, if you guys are finishing the rest, so both Golden Heart and Trilly are doing that. So, who's taking the next watch? Because you got to do it. You got to do 3 watches. Just be aware that Golden and Trilly do need some rest as well. That's the only heads up I have to give you.
I'll try. I'm gonna keep the second watch. And then I'm probably gonna take, and then someone else can take the last watch.
Okay. Is anyone staying up?
Trilly probably take part of the third watch as well, given that she's untouched. I can put up with being a bit exhausted.
Okay. Mug and Zelion, is any of you staying up with Golden Heart, or is Golden Heart taking it solo?
I'll stay up as long as I get my long rest.
I'm gonna Nat Mugbeard, you stay down. I'm going to stay up.
Okay. So Marco's also going to take a quick rest as well. So he's actually just going to sit on the ground and just take a quick little nap. So Zelion and Golden House. So are you making separate rolls, or is one of you rolling with the bonus?
Bonus.
Okay, so in which case, if Golden Heart is rolling, it just has to be a normal one because she's still technically tired. Or Zelion can roll it, but he gets advantage because he's taken at least a little bit of sleep.
So wait, so do I not get like +2 perception?
You still get your perception. It's just you don't get an advantage because technically you stayed up for a little bit, so you're still a little normal. So
Oh wow!
that's a 5. So okay. So Zelion, are you rolling separately, or are you giving Golden Heart the boost?
I think I'll give Goldie the boost.
Okay, Goldie, make a second roll, please.
Please give me a good one.
Oh no! 7. So
I must be super tired.
yeah. So the two of you together are a bit sleepy. Zelion from being woken up, and Golden Heart from exhausting her energy from basically having to talk to this bandit, and you sort of nod off for about a couple of minutes, and you sort of wake up a little bit, but nothing eventful happens. You just hear a few little birds and things like that. Nothing more there. Okay, so that's the end of the second one. Who's taking third watch?
Trilly is taking it. Anyone coming with me? Or
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Trilly and...
I need to watch the little bastard.
So you're watching Marco. Okay, so I need you both to decide, are you rolling separately, or is one of you rolling advantage?
No, I'm watching this halfling. I don't trust him.
Okay.
Her.
Okay, so I need you both to make separate perception checks, please.
racist.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's see. I also know I have a crossbow proficiency. That's good.
Okay. Wow. 8 of 14. Okay. So Trilly.
Yes.
So Trilly is. So Trilly apparently didn't get enough sleep there, so she sort of stumbles a little bit, but she sort of gets back up. But as for Mugbeard, you don't notice much, but your eyes are glued. Where the hell have you guys gone?
Yeah, I had the same issue.
Same.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
It needed a refresh.
I think
Okay.
I see me.
Yeah, I see Aeon, I see... Okay, there we go. Everything's coming back now.
What a weird glitch.
Just needed a refresh there. Okay, so Mugbeard, your eyes are transfixed on the halfling, but
Yes.
you do have at least a little alertness. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary, except for a couple of
Wolves.
because it is getting close to nearly 9 o'clock at night.
Fuck, if I knew we were gonna stay, have a long rest, and when it's night time, I would have said, oh, might as well just stay for the entire day.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm just reloading the editor because it looks like you guys are frozen on my end.
Yep.
So I'll just reload that. Okay, so with that, you guys have all successfully completed your long rest, so you guys can get your long rest points back now.
Okay, so I'm taking the long rest.
Yeah, click long rest.
Nothing happened when I clicked on it. Oh wait, I need to confirm it, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so click long rest and confirm, so you all should be back up. So, it is...
Oh, alright. Yeah.
So it is now currently, I'd say with how the sun and things are, it is sort of getting well past dusk, or it's almost classed as nighttime. This is essentially nearly 9 o'clock at night.
Before we leave, I put on my leather armor just to be safe.
Okay. Yeah, she actually forgot to put that on in the last fight. She had weaker defense that she should have had.
Well, I'm learning my lesson.
Yep, as long as you learned. Okay, so you all wake up, and your eyes are slightly adjusting to the fact that you're waking up at night. Marco is sort of stirring a little bit. I think he's still a bit worn out from what happened and such. But you can see that he's sort of tossing and turning a little bit, and he's just still sat there. And his other friend begins to slowly stir.
Oh,
Okay.
look who's finally awake.
I look at the bandit who's just waking up. Hello.
Shut up, or I'm going to hit you in the face.
So he just sort of scrambles a bit, knocking Trilly just briefly off his back, and he just sort of scrambles and just sort of panics and like, what the, it wasn't nightmare.
I walk up to him and say, calm down, or I'm going to slap you in the face with my quarterstaff.
How is that supposed to make him calm down?
My bear. Hey, guys. Can I handle this, please? All right.
Has he calmed down?
Make an insight check, Mugbeard.
14.
14. He's slightly tense. He's calmed, he's breathing down, but he's a little bit tense still.
Okay,
I should have rolled for intimidation.
No, I'm going to be like, guys, can I handle this, please?
It
Yeah.
sounds like less fun.
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Alright, I kind of slowly approach the bandit. What's their position right now?
He's sat up and he's just got his hands. He's got his hands flat on the ground. He's sort of like, it's sort of like as if you just knocked him onto. It looked like he just sort of fell back, or he was scrambling on his butt, basically.
Oh, all right. And I just kind of crouch to his level bed and just kind of go like, hey, calm down. We're not gonna hurt you. We're actually here to help you and your friend Marco over there. I kind of point over to Marco.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find the right music here. Sorry. Oh, there we go.
Alright, that's
There we
fine.
go. Got it. Okay. Sorry, had to find it. He just sort of looks up and such. He looks over at Marco and he can see the sleep and he goes, You didn't kill us?
I I was the one. If I'm perfectly honest, I was the one who healed you when you were on the brink of death. So.
Oh, I swear to God, if you said I was the one that convinced your friend, I would have flipped.
We didn't
No.
kill you yet.
No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna lie about who did what.
Okay. He sort of looks up a bit and he's like, So what's going on? Are you gonna? And it's at that point that Marco wakes up. He slowly stirs and stretches his arms, like he was sort of feeling a bit more relaxed. He looks over and then he was like, "Oh God, I should have known. You guys didn't scare him too badly when he woke up, did you?"
No,
Nope.
Maybe.
I didn't know such thing.
Maybe a little, but not on purpose. I kind of glare over at Mugbeard.
I deny every involvement in scaring him.
Okay. So Marco just gets up and dusts himself off a little bit, and he walks over to his companion. Hey, and he sort of puts his hand on his friend, and he's sort of like, "Don't worry, these guys are letting us go. They know the situation with Quill." His friend just sort of goes white, and he's like, You what? You told them, but did you? And he's like, "Don't worry. They're going to protect us. They're going to take us back to Hope Key and we can be safe. We're going to stay away from Quill and we'll be fine. We won't have to suffer what Percy did."
Top 10 gay relationships.
You just see his colleague just look at the ground and look back up. Are they really?
I pull out my disguise kit. Yep.
Okay. So you're going for the disguise kit. Okay. So Marco looks over and says, "All right. So just so I know, what's the plan?"
We're gonna take you to Hope Keep as soon as possible.
Well, I gathered
Okay.
that bit, but I meant with the disguise kit.
What's
Okay.
in your disguise kit, Cillian?
Yeah.
Okay. The disguise kit is this pouch of cosmetics, hair dye, and small props lets you create disguises that change your physical appearance. Proficiency with this kit lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to create a visual disguise.
So essentially, if it's like deceiving someone or proving that someone is something else, then she can add a bonus if she's got a proficiency in in deception.
In disguise kits.
In disguise kits. And do you?
Well, no, I have a proficiency with a deck of playing cards.
Then this is.
But I do have deception, so I guess I can't add the proficiency bonus.
Not to the first bit, but I can work with that. Okay, so are you going to go for a disguise on them now?
All right. Let's see. I have one disguise kit. If I use it, is it gone for good?
No. What happens for the disguise kit is you can use it. I think you can use it multiple times in a day, but I think there's a restriction. I need to double check this.
All right.
I admit this is something a little new because I've been told iffy about this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So before. See.
And I said, hey, yeah.
Let's see.
Let's go.
I also have a. Let's see. If anything, I also have a couple of clothes and costumes. I also have a couple of costumes that they could change into. Although
We'll
I'm
dress
not
them up
sure
as a
how they-
woman.
Huh?
We'll dress them up as a girl.
Okay. I kind of look at the two costumes I have in my backpack and just pull one of them out. It's a sparkly ball gown.
Okay, if you want to.
Do not ask why I have this. Please.
Well,
I kind
Why do you have this?
Look,
I just kind of slowly put it back in my backpack. Yeah. And then just pull out the second one. It is a normal peasant's outfit.
Okay, one thing I've just had a look for the disguise kit. Yeah, let's see. A tool helps you do something you couldn't otherwise, such as craftsmanship. You erase something there. Proficiency with a tool will allow you there. Tool use is not tied to a single ability, so your DM may ask you to perform a certain thing. Items are not used, however, if they can be broken or damaged by other means outside of use of the kit. So in other words, if someone takes a shot at it and breaks it, it will be gone.
Okay, so I can use it. So I can use it however many times I can.
Yeah, but you have to use it. You have to use it one at a time, and after the result is done, you can't change it.
All right, so I pull up both costumes and the disguise kit and just kind of sort through the stuff. Okay, so
okay, So
so
Zelion, I need you to make a I believe a dexterity check. I think is what we need to make for that.
a dexterity check. What does that help? What does that help with?
Let me double check here.
Isn't that...
Oh wait, let's see, dexterity here. Oh no, I wouldn't say dexterity. I think I would have.
Could be.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it would be dexterity because you're essentially painting them and dyeing them and making them look nice. So you have to make fine touches.
Okay, so So I have a dexterity plus. So I have a dexterity 15 plus 2. So
Dexterity 15. So plus 2. So you roll your dice and add 2.
Okay, so.
So hold on, I'm
well,
just asking, are you using this on both of them, or are you using this on just one of them?
Let's see. I could try it on one and see how. I could try it on one and see how that fares, or I could try it on both. What do you think?
I'm DM. This is your kit. I can't force you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try doing it to both.
Okay. Okay. So who are you doing it on first? Which one are you doing? Are you doing it on Marco, or are you doing it on
Polo?
Voro. His name's Voro.
Yeah, Voro.
A joke.
Voro. I don't know.
Voro. Voro.
Don't think it matters.
Okay. With a V, not a B.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll try it on Voro first. Is he kind of jittery right now?
I don't think it matters.
He is a little, so I'd say make a dexterity check at disadvantage if you're wanting to fix him up.
Maybe I should try it on Marco first, just to see how that goes.
Okay, I'll allow you an advantage because you guys are on good terms with Marco. So Zelia, make a dexterity on advantage, please.
Okay, dexterity on advantage. So, oh boy, this better be.
7.
You need a good one here.
Okay, 1d20 plus 2.
Debbie.
Natural 1! Oh no!
Okay.
Unfortunately, Del, the natural 1 takes over the other one.
Oh gosh, this is not gonna look good.
So you try to do the kit, but because of Marco's because of your nerves of making sure this is done right, you have a little bit of trouble with some of the hair dye, and you essentially make his hair look like instead of a nice shade of yellow, you essentially turn his hair pure white.
Okay, so good news and bad news. I may not be as experienced with hair dye as I thought I would. I'm not that great with hair dye. That's the bad news.
I think maybe you should have just put him in the dress.
Marco just sweat drops and just is like, I don't know which would have been better.
I don't see anything wrong.
Okay, I am so sorry. I tried.
The good news is you won't be noticed.
Yeah. I mean, you can fix this, right?
I could.
Funny guy.
Of course she can.
I
I
think I might have to take a rain trick on that one just for now.
Well, well, if anything, this could actually work. This could actually work with us. I know that there are some cultures or towns where they bleach their hair white. So we could work that to our advantage. Either that, or we could try to make him an old man.
Marco rubs his
Let's
neck and
just
says,
let's just take one step at a time.
"Okay,
Fair enough.
So what are you doing with Voro?"
Well, let's see. I have a peasant's outfit and a dress, so it depends on which disguise you'd rather go with.
You'll probably pick the peasant.
Voro just looks up at you and he looks at Marco's recent hair change and then looks back at you. He sort of shivers a little bit, like he's not happy about the idea, but then he just nervously goes, "I'd probably say the peasants, just so I don't get ruined."
All right. I'll try to make you look like an average peasant folk.
Okay, make a dexterity check at disadvantage because he's not confident with your performance so far.
So I have
Try
to
and do
roll
a better job this time.
Okay, so that's a 15.
Okay. So we have to
God,
take the
I
lowest of
swear.
the two. We have to take the lowest of the two.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'll
roll 1d20. This better be higher than that because. Okay.
Oh, 19. So that's a 15. Okay, so you learned from your mistake and you do a much better job at this. You make the peasant clothes look really sort of scruffy, and you essentially make the hair look a little bit more dirty by grabbing some of the soot from some of the dirt from the ground, and you dust him off a little bit. And with some of the makeup, you make it look like he has like a little bit of a scratch just under his eye.
And there, done. That's
Brilliant. Now, shall we get going before the wolves come and devour us?
well. I kind of look over at Voro, then I look over at Marco. Is he wearing the dress right now?
It's up to you. Do you want to give him the dress?
Well, I guess that would be up to him whether he wants to wear the dress or not. So,
Okay.
what do you want to do?
Tell you what, I'll do this properly. Roll a d20.
Oh no.
Me roll a d20?
No,
okay.
I'm rolling a d20 to see what he'll do.
Oh,
Okay.
Nope, that's a cock dice. That's a cock dice.
Crap dicey.
Yep, crap dice.
Sounds
Okay.
like
He sort of looks over and is a little hesitant about the idea. If it's alright with you, I think I'd rather just stick with this, if you don't mind.
The dress would look lovely on you.
your funeral, mate.
All right. I
It's
put the sparkly dress back in the backpack.
Wear the dress.
If you say, well, hey, I'm not gonna force him to do something he doesn't want to do. But we
I will.
kinda need a convincing story here.
Let's see. Oh, I have one.
What's that?
Rolling for intimidation.
Oh, hey, wait for me to do it. Okay,
Wait.
fine, make an intimidation check, Mugbeard.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't bat an eyelid.
Okay. We found, well, we can just say that we are just passing travelers, and we found these two morons getting attacked by, I don't know, a coyote or something, and we helped them. There, simple story.
At that point, as you say the word coyote, you hear something a little closer. You hear more of a...
Okay. All votes.
Oh, it's a lion.
Okay, all votes delete. Say aye.
Yeah, go on then.
Hi.
Getting around here anyway.
Okay, so you guys making your way back?
Yeah.
Yes.
But, oh, can I be next to Marco, just to keep an eye on him?
Okay, yep, that's fine. So, just so I know, what's the order that you guys are going back in?
Follow the leader, the leader, the leader.
Yeah, that's essentially it. So, what order are you guys going back with?
I'm gonna be. I can't move my piece.
Oh no, it's okay. We'll take care of this on another way here. So
Really like to be up the front half, preferably the
Okay.
front.
it's
but
all right.
just-
We're gonna move
yeah.
back to this one, so we're ready to go. Okay, so just so I got the order written down here. So who's taking lead?
Trilly will.
Trilly will take point. Okay, who's taking second point?
I get. I guess I can just hang back and help Goldie keep an eye on these two
Okay,
and the two bandits.
Mugbeard. Does that mean you're second then?
Apparently so.
Okay. All right.
Strongest in front.
Okay, fair enough. So, you guys make your way out of the baluster of Column, and you make your way, pack up the cobblestone path. You walk past the little spot where one of the bandits took their arrow shot at you, and Marco looks down at the arrow. He stops for a moment, and he just puts his hands together just for a brief moment.
I kind of stop and turn to Marco. What's up?
I figured I'd at least wish him well on his travels.
I'm sorry about your friends.
No,
Yeah.
it was survival, and you know we shot at you, and let's.
We killed you. Yep.
Yeah. Water under the bridge. Let's not worry about that right
Your
now.
your friends, even though you said it was for survival, and I admit I didn't want to hurt you, but just at least think of it like this. Your friends won't have to suffer anymore. They're probably in the hands of God. They're probably making their way to paradise as we speak.
Yes, Kalen is really nice with that.
Marco just looks over. And
Who's
then-
Caitlin? Who's Caitlin?
Oh no!
I
Sorry! Damn it!
No, I turned to Mugbeard.
Oh yeah.
Scalen.
Yeah, he said Scalen. That is
Okay, I thought he
an
said
actual god in this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, I
so
thought he said Caitlin.
so Marco looks back over at Voro, and then back at you, and then he's like, "Yeah, you're right. Here, if it's not much, can I just do something with this arrow, please?"
Of course. Take as much time as you need.
All right. I kind of eye him a bit warily, but allow him anyway.
Okay, so Marco bends down and he grabs the arrow. He looks over it briefly, and he then holds the arrow and points it to the sky. He points it with the arrowhead pointing straight up.
Kind of look up as he does this. And
Would
it's
you like to make a prayer?
I've got my quarterstaff ready.
Don't.
He sort of smiles at the gesture, and he just shakes his head a little bit, and he goes, "It's okay. I think if anything, I'll just do the creed we always do when something like this happens, if I may."
Of course.
He looks up, and Voro walks to his side. His friend grabs the arrow as well. They both look up, and they both just go, "To the heavens we rise. Freedom awaits us in the after. True freedom beyond death. Pray for well. Pray for life eternal."
I just smirk as he says this.
And with that, Voro lets go of the arrow. Marco holds on to it, and he turns back to the fortress. And with one flick of his arm, 1 second. Okay, he takes the arrow, and he's still a little tired, so he tries to throw the arrow at the wall of the fortress, but he just misses it. and you can see why as he turns around as the arrow hits the grass. He turns around and you can see a tear slowly forming in his eye.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
I-
it's the first time I've had to do this.
I
Perfectly fine.
I kind of put a gentle hand on his shoulder, just kind of give him a reassuring pat.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
It's just the first time that I had to do that. So, anyway, shall we get going before the,
Of course.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys continue back down the cobblestone path. You make your way back to the crossroads. I presume you're going straight back to Hope Key, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you make your way down the pathway. The path is still just as long, even at night, but because of how dark it is, Trilly, does anybody have night vision, by the way?
I
Dark
do.
vision. Dark vision. I've got dark vision.
Okay, dark vision. Okay, so, it's a bad idea that you guys put Trilly, who doesn't have it. So, Trilly, I need you to make a perception check with disadvantage, please.
I
At
forgot
least-
that it was dark. Honestly.
Yeah, it's
At
almost-
least I'm there in the second place with dark vision.
Yeah, okay, then in that case, Mug, do you want to give Trilly an assistance, or do you want him to roll with disadvantage?
I'll assist.
Okay, so Trilly just
thank
make
God.
Trilly just make a straight check, please.
Okay, straight check coming up.
Eight.
The sun has gone down quite a bit, so it is kind of hard. But with the help of your dwarven backseat walker, he helps you sort of stay on the path by just sort of tapping you on the side of your body just to help you stay on the path. So it takes you guys about two. Give me a second.
Are you blind?
Yeah.
The road's over there.
So basically, every few meters, he keeps poking me with his quarterstaff.
Yes.
Yeah, just to keep you there, but it's a light touch for the record, just a light one.
You
So,
hear that?
so it takes you guys about 2 hours to make your way back to the entrance area. So down the path, you make your way down there, and you arrive at the Solar Guard's quarters that is outside the eastern entrance. The scenery is a lot more different than it usually is, as some of the tents are lit up by candlelight, and there is a gathering of Solar Guards towards one of the giant tents towards the entrance. It's essentially the longest tent. You can see it there on the top right corner, right? Yeah, thank you, Shirley.
Yep.
So there, you see, just briefly with a candlelight,
I don't need a candle because I've got dark vision.
okay, in that case, I need all four of you to make a perception check, please. Trilly, you have disadvantage.
Whoa, boy.
Okay, so
Do I have disadvantage? Because I don't have dark vision.
Then you have disadvantage as well, yes.
But I do
okay.
have candles.
Okay, well
Okay.
at the moment, it's just as it is, so...
Okay, so I'm still not understanding how this half proficiency works.
Basically, you won't get a disadvantage. Me and Trilly will.
Okay, so
Perception.
No. Proficiency just gives you a bonus. That's it.
So half
I guess I don't.
so half,
I guess
Oh,
so
fuck me.
So half proficiency would I think would mean you take what your bonus would have been and you just half it. So it's just a 1.
No. Your proficiency is that you're better at it, so it's just a +2.
Oh.
And it's all worked in your character sheet.
Oh, fair enough then. Okay.
All right. Well, I have an 8, so I guess I should have gotten some.
One of these group rolls. I always seem to get the lowest one.
Alright, let's see. So Trilly got an 8 there with a 3. Okay, so...
Really hasn't rolled anything yet. I was trying to find the code for
No.
disadvantage.
Oh no.
So there's one.
Ah,
God, it's
natural 1!
Actually, I have a special halfling trait.
Oh.
I get to roll on a natural one.
Oh.
Here's the
Oh, really?
natural one.
Mhm.
Thanks, Lauren.
Like-
Thank you for following.
That's so
Woo!
cool.
So I got an 8, 12.
Okay.
The dragon gets fucking low
Okay.
vision.
So, Golden Heart's perception and Zelion's perception is distracted by keeping an eye on Marco and Voro. So you guys don't see too much of the bright spark ahead. But everyone else, you look ahead and you can see a group of gathering guards just gathered outside. There appears to be a gap of there seems to be a group of them, maybe of about 4 or 5 of them, and you can make out a figure standing at the entrance.
I have a proposal. I say we walk past them and just keep on going.
Okay. I guess I kind of look around to see what's going on.
Remember the plan.
All right.
So, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna fucking keep going.
You guys are gonna keep walking, okay? Are all of you gonna keep walking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of keep walking, but kind of try to make as much observation as I can about what the heck's going on.
Okay. So as you guys are walking by, Truly, Golden Heart, and Mugbeard are all glancing at the situation. Are all glancing straight ahead, just sort of with that. Just keep walking. While Zelion looks over at the group, and Zelion, you can make out 2 figures.
Hmm.
One of the figures is a familiar guard that you will know. It is Oberon.
Of course.
And Oberon is there, kind of frantic a little bit there. You can see he's a bit nervous. The other person is Titanus.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
So,
I kind of quirk my brow.
We need to
Interesting.
see him.
are you guys still walking? Are you guys stopping? What are you guys doing?
Zillion, please just call us back and just say something.
Okay. Hey, guys.
Hmm?
Hey,
Found him.
Thanks, Mudbeard.
okay. You said it was Titanus and Oberon in the tent?
Titanus and Oberon are in the entrance of the tent. There are 3 other guards that are stood to the sides. They're essentially standing in like a U form, like a U or a V formation. Titanus is standing right in the doorway. Oberon is standing to his left. There's another guard standing to Oberon's left, and there are 2 random guards standing to Titanus's right.
It's Titanus. It's Titanus and Oberon, guys.
Titanus. Oh, thank God, we don't have to walk all the way to that bar.
I kind of put my finger to my lips in a shushing motion and just kind of quietly approach the tent.
Wait, I want to call out. I call out.
Okay, so Zelion's wanting to sneak, and Golden Heart is wanting to speak.
I kind of want to call out to Titanus.
Okay, then let's see. How can we do this? Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think how we can do this. Zelion, make a stealth check, please.
Okay, it's a +3. It's a
Yep.
+3.
So Zelion
So
makes a stealth check. Caitlin, I need you to make.
Should it be charisma?
Yes, make a straight charisma roll, please.
okay,
+4.
So what happens here is the 2 of you will make the roll. Whichever roll comes out first, whichever roll comes out the highest. Oh God! Natural 1.
Please,
Why?
12. Okay, so just as
Hey, Titanus!
so just as Zelion is about to sneak his way towards the tent, you get surprised by a sudden outburst of volume from right behind you from your comrade, who was just there. You sort of stumble forward and nearly fall flat on your face in response.
Titanis! We have returned!
We are here!
I kind of look over at Goldie like, what is wrong with you?
I light a torch.
Okay, so you light a torch. Titanus just looks up and you can see that between the two that they're surprised by this sudden bright light that just appeared. Like as if it was almost like it was a message that was sent. We're right here, like, oh!
We're here!
And
I face
for a
palm.
brief moment, Oberon has a sort of back moment. He's like, oh no, I knew it was too late. The ghosts of them have already come by.
We're not dead.
Oberon just looks up as such. But how can you? But I can. You guys are all right. Oh, that's a brilliant thing. I'm so happy you guys are all right. And
Yes.
Titanus
Thank you.
just sort of gives a large sigh and begins to walk over, with Oberon walking by his side. They sort of stop close to where... Oberon rushes straight to where Zelion is, while Titanus walks a little further onwards and stands in front of the other group. Titanus just looks over and is like, well, I'm actually quite relieved to see you're all unharmed. Well, minus a couple of scrapes. What happened to you all?
Oh,
Um,
it's a bit of a long story, but it would be super helpful if we could just talk alone. I think you want to hear the rest of. I think you want to hear what we have to say.
He sort of looks down a little bit and such. Is it involving what I think it's involving?
Yes, but I think we have some good news.
He sort of looks over and he looks back at Oberon, and Oberon has a sort of. So Oberon just looks down at Zelion, and is like, "You look like you nearly took a tumble there. Are you all right, my friend?"
I sigh. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I am perfectly fine. I glare over at my friends who kept me from trying to hear whatever conversation they could possibly have been having.
Good. I thought you would be angry.
Oh, you just need to be more careful, love.
Wait, were you? Oberon just looks up and is like, "Wait, were you trying to?" Oh, yeah, I get it. You were trying to be a
What?
sneaky.
Okay, I would admit I was a little curious on what you guys were on what you and Titanus were talking about.
Titanus just perks at that point and looks over. We were actually preparing a search party for you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't that far to the base, but since we didn't hear anything from you and it was getting close to dark time, we essentially got a little worried. So what we were going to do was send out a search party to the base in question here and just make sure you guys were all right. All of these guards here are specially trained for night patrol, and you get a brief glimpse, and you can see that two of them are two of the guards that you didn't notice were tieflings, and another one is a half elf.
Huh.
We have
Well, that won't be necessary then.
obviously not, but then again, Oberon here was the only one who was insistent on coming out and helping you all.
Oh, thanks, Dobby.
Oberon just sort of rubs the back of his neck and he's like, it's no trouble, but he then looks up and he notices the two extra figures with you. Speaking of trouble, who are these two? Are they prisoners? Are they villagers? Are
No.
they...
There are.
Make it double.
These people, there are.
They're
we
travelers.
helped them. That was the mission. We were sent to help lost people. Yep, isn't that right, Titanus?
Titanus just has a brief moment just to think. And
Okay.
he
Okay, I kind of noticed Goldie's not very good at the. I kind of noticed that Goldie's just kind of faltering as she's trying to say this.
Let
Like,
me make a fucking what's persuasion? Let me
Yeah.
make persuasion.
make a persuasion check, and you're going to battle Oberon's. Insight check.
if I get 20 or if I get like a higher number, Del, I'm gonna rub it in your face.
Well, we'll see.
Wait.
All right.
Ha! Fucking
19.
Okay.
Don't get 20. Don't get 20.
It's
21.
What did you get?
That is a 18 plus 1. That's 19. Roll again.
Are you serious?
Yes, roll again.
Oh fuck. The bad.
Imagine she gets a low roll. Ah!
That's okay. He
What?
got a natural 1.
Del.
Really?
Ha!
Oberon just sort of rubs his eyes for a little bit, and he's like, well, I guess you guys are more nicer than I thought. The fact you were out for so long, and you were doing such a nice deed, honestly. You guys are all incredibly nice people, honestly.
I put a hand on Oberon's shoulder. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Not.
Even me?
Yeah.
Oberon just looks over in your direction and goes, You know, you're alright for a dwarf. I mean, I thought you were just this jerkish personality with the way you walked off on everybody earlier, but you have a heart of gold, and that's ironic considering you're a dwarf.
Okay, I just kind of push Oberon away. Hey, okay. Before we have an unexpected foot in mouth moment, Oberon.
Yes.
What? Hey, how exactly have you been?
I've been rather good. I mean, I was halfway through the patrol, and next thing you know, Lord Titanus, he came up and asked me and said if he heard any news from you guys, and well, since I heard nothing, I got in a panic state, and that's when I came over here. So,
Well, as you can see, we are fine. And Titanus, about that conversation that we were gonna have.
oh yes, of course. Oberon, he looks over at at the guard. He's like, yes, sir. I apologize on you, such. I mean, I know that you're eager to know that your friend's alive, but do you mind if you go back on patrol? You still have a couple of hours of your shift left before we have to swap over. And Oberon's like, oh, yes, you're right. Where was I gonna, where am I patrolling again? And Titanus just sort of looks up at the sky for a minute and is like, just patrol wherever you feel like you want to patrol. I'll let you explore anywhere in the city this time. Just call it a reprieve from your usual duty because of this. So you could do what you wish. And Titanus just nods his head with everything. And Oberon just is like, oh, okay, right. In that case, and he grabs hold of Zelion's hand and just shakes it. It's so good to know that you're all right.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you for worrying about us, I guess.
No problem. And with that, Oberon rushes back towards the gate, and as he's going back, he taps everyone else on the shoulder and says, good to know you're okay. He starts off with Trilly.
Thanks, Obby.
Then he moves to Mugbeard.
Silence.
Yeah. He then taps Golden Heart on the back.
No problem.
And then he stops at Titanus and just gently bows. And then he rushes off as fast as his legs can go. And you can just hear him going, oh, thank goodness. Oh, praise the sun. Praise it.
Praise the sun. You should praise Scalen.
I was
the
waiting a long
Burning Lord.
time.
Hey, why not
But I
praise the
thought
moon?
so.
It's practically
References like
nighttime.
Praise Scalen, the Burning Lord, the bright
Chris,
Lord.
was that a
Father
Dark Souls
Scalen.
reference you were doing there?
Yes, it was.
Oh, well done.
And Titanus just sort of... So, what exactly did you guys find?
Oh, I think we might need to find a place to sit down because it's going to be a long story. And I would also suggest giving Mugbeard 10 jugs of alcohol just to keep him quiet because it's going to be a long night.
Are you sure it's going to keep him quiet?
Yes.
Titanus
No.
just shrugs and goes, well, I have known Mugbeard to go through a record of 16 before he finally begins to feel a tiny bit happy, so maybe at least 10 will keep him quiet for a few minutes at least. And with that, he walks back towards the entrance. By the way, about your two friends here. And
Yes?
he looks back. He looks back and he eyes on both of them.
Yeah, well, that's where the story's gonna start, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
They're not my friends.
I-
Kill them if you
And I'm
wish.
like, hey, I
Wait,
look
I
around.
want to
Are
say
any
something.
of
I
the
want to
other
say
guards
something to
lit?
Titanus really quickly, Del.
Okay. I kind of want to look around and see if any of the other guards are listening.
Okay, Zelion. Okay, make a perception check. Caitlin, what do you wanting to say?
Okay, I want to say to Titanus that, before we explain anything, I just want to let you know
14.
that
They don't notice.
Okay.
I was
Oh no, I was referring to Zelion. Yeah, no guards are noticing. They can see you talking, but they don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
I just want you to not get mad at them and try and be a little, maybe don't punish them as harshly. They do have their reasons. Just don't hurt them.
Titanus just looks at you with a little shrug, a little eyebrow raise, and he looks over at the rest of you. Is this true?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Goldie said, it's a long story.
He just gently nods and he's like, okay, maybe it's best we head back to the Broken Chalice for now. It's the only place I think
Okay.
Mugbeard will get enough here, so please, just stay close. Maybe we can get there just before Olga closes up.
All right.
Possible.
And so all of you make your way into the east entrance of Hope Key. On the nighttime, things are a little different in Hope Key. There are a lot more guards that sort of situate themselves around the area. This time on the eastern gate, where when you left there were none, this time there are 3 of them sitting there. They all watch as your group approach, and they see Titanus, and they just stand there and just salute.
I'm gonna assume I'm gonna assume that all of these are night patrol guards, and there are quite a good number of them. Why are there so many? I mean,
Because they need to keep the town safe.
I know that, but what? But this place, but Hope Key also has a bunch of walls surrounding its outer area. I mean,
Have you heard of thieves going down the night? Yeah. With a city this big, I'm sure there'll be some thieves and murderers hiding around in corners.
And
Ixnay, I point to our bandit friends, quote unquote.
Oh, I thought you were going to point at me.
I'm tempted to now.
So Marco just sort of stands there and he blinks a little, wondering what you're on about there, but then Titanus just looks over. Well, the dragon is somewhat right, but it's more that we've had attempts before from random monsters and a couple of bandit groups and stuff like that. A couple of them have tried to pick the locks to get inside. Some have tried to climb the wall. We've even had creatures who even flied over the city, and, you know, they either drop things on us or they fire from above. So, you know, we need to have the numbers, otherwise you never know what can happen in the middle of the night.
That's understandable, I suppose.
Titanus, can I ask something?
By all means.
Have you found anything about my kind while we were away?
And about what? And about my requests? I fidget with the collar of my shirt.
Titanus looks at the both of you as you're both saying this, obviously earshot to both of you, and he nods his head briefly. Not much, I couldn't get much done because of obviously having to organize this search party, but I think we found a couple of little things that could help you both out. I think if I recall, and then he ponders for a bit, and he's like, "Yes, of course. I almost forgot about Helix."
Helix?
And it's at that
Helix?
point he claps his hands, and then he's like, no time to explain. Helix is just a close friend of mine, so, please, let's just get back to the Broken Chalice." And you can see that his face just slowly sort of seemed a bit more serious. Like, he was really happy to see you, but he suddenly seemed more serious with the mention of Helix.
Well, just remember Ideal.
Titanus has already just nodded as he just walks off. "I haven't forgotten." So, are you guys all following him back?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So, you all make your way through the really quiet and desolate streets of Hope Key. At nighttime, with it being close to obviously midnight, the city is literally dead. You could hear the few footsteps of clanging armor from the solar guards who are walking around. You can occasionally see what looks like some adults, a mixture of different races who are all enjoying, obviously, a bit of a walk around the town, slightly drunk off their heads because they've obviously had a bit too much. One of them,
I like him.
yeah, one of them sort of is just sort of looking around and is like, "All hail, Lord Titanus."
Lord Tits, Ball Hill.
At that point, Titanus just blushes and just has his face wrapped up in a cloak as he walks onwards. And it's like, let's just go.
I know how to
try
talk with
my
the drunk,
snickering.
don't worry.
I restrain my snickering.
So after about 15 minutes of walking, you guys all make your way back to the Broken Chalice Inn. You can see that standing in the doorway is Olga.
Fuck! I forgot what was gonna. Ah, damn it!
Olga looks up and sees Titanus walking up, and she seems a little bit more elated the fact that you're back, and notices the rest of your group and just smiles a lot more, and it's like, "Oh, thank heavens you're all back. Oh, you guys must all be so tired and weary."
Oh, believe me, we've had quite a day.
Please.
We're thirsty.
Olga just sighs heavily. It's like, are they really coming in now, Lord Titanus? And it's like, yeah, they've got information. And Olga just nods her head and is like, "Okay, but I ask you to keep the noise down. There are some guests staying upstairs, so I warn you, if there's any noise, I will throw one of you out so far that I will knock you to an inch closer to death."
Yay!
I'm assuming you're talking about Mugbeard, aren't you?
She just smirks and is like, "I think you and I are going to get along quite well, Dragon." Tell me. And she sort of leans in close to both Golden Heart and Zelion, who are still both together. "How much trouble has he caused?"
Eh.
You-
I kind of do this with my hand. I'm just like, not too much trouble.
Let's
I didn't-
just say, if he does make a ruckus, I'll be happily helping you, throwing him out to the other side of the capital.
Olga just looks over at Trilly and just tries to ignore Mugbeard's direction and looks down at Trilly like, "I'm at least glad to know that the Litzalin's alright. It's good to see you're okay."
Good to see you too.
So, and she just looks at all of you and so, "Right, the room is such there. Don't worry about the password. You can just go through. You've got Titanus with you this time. But remember, just be quiet."
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so Olga turns back to the doorway. She unlocks the door with a silver key pushes the door open ever so quietly, and you can see the inside of the entire tavern pitch black. The only light that could be seen is a small candle light which is down the corridor, but not in front of the room where all of you met up, but the room just before it. Olga just sort of rubs her eyes a little bit, and she's sort of like, I guess I'm just going to have to spend the night here tonight. And with that, she walks with all of you, with Titanus in the lead, and she leads you all to past the light, and she opens up the door where the torch is, and just walks inside to start off with. Says, right, I'm just going to be in here. I'm just going to relax for a bit. But please, I ask that you just stay quiet.
You have our word.
Yeah, we apologize in advance if anything happens. I tip my hat to her.
Right.
Mugbeard, you're gonna be quiet, aren't you?
Oh, what?
I shush him.
Olga just sighs and just basically leans towards Mugbeard's ear, almost like she was sort of leaning in to sort of kiss a cheek. But instead, she basically just whispers to Mugbeard's ear, play nice, and your usual payment is coming.
Love you too, dear.
And with that, she walks into the room and closes the door, and you just hear this of a door locking. Titanus just then shrugs and just leads you on with a hand movement and said, come, this way, all of you.
Alright.
And you can see that Marco and Voro, they're sort of huddled close together. This is incredibly weird for them. But they're just looking over at all of you for literally some assurance.
I kind of look over at them and just give them a reassuring grin. Come on, it's okay. Don't worry.
They just slowly nod as Titanus opens the door that leads to the lower area once again. And at that point, he leans to just on the other side of the door, and with a little flick of a cinder from his pocket, a little match, he essentially turns on a little candle that lights up the whole of the little room.
Hey, I didn't. Okay.
So.
Okay, I think.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Now then, he leads all of you in, and he's just there. Okay, everybody inside?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And with that, he closes the door, and he pulls out a different style silver key and locks the door. He then turns back to you with a sigh, and he then says, okay, everyone, just take a seat. And he walks himself over to the golden seat, and he takes his seat down. So, where are you all sitting?
I'm standing up again.
I'm just gonna sit. I'm going to sit. Hold up. Let me just. Right here.
Okay, the middle one there. Okay.
That was my seat.
Sorry.
Frilly's gonna sit in the seat to your right then. Next.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
Mugbeard.
I drew my shape.
I got a bad feeling about what he's doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, where were the bandits?
Wait a minute.
Oh, the
Raven! You're sitting next to him? You're sitting on him.
It's my spot.
Okay, fair
Right.
enough.
Wait. I think Trilly's sitting next to me, and
Yeah, okay, so you guys are all the safe there. Marco looks over
Hello.
and stands next to Goldenheart. You don't mind if I stand here, do you?
Of course not.
Voro, you can take a seat if you wish. Voro looks up at his friend and then looks back at all of you and he chooses to sit himself on the furthest seat to the left. He's still a little wary about the whole thing, but he just wants to keep himself a little distant.
I kind of sigh. I kind of sigh and then shrug.
So, now that everyone's here, there's a lot of explaining to do. Now, before we start, Titanus, I just please advise you, don't overreact, okay?
Slowly, he nods his head, and he's just... Okay. What exactly are you referring to?
Well, how do I... What would be a good place to start?
When he pulls out the flag with the black pen's quill on it.
And
I
then
want to start as slowly as we can, Drilly.
I pull out the black. I kind of pull out the black feather.
Oh, you guys are morons.
Hey,
Titanus,
we may as well.
Titanus just looks over at both of the items, and his eyes go wide as he looks up at both Trilly and Zelion. Where did you get these?
Good point.
We found them.
Found them at the fortress. You say. Wasn't much of a big deal, really. We just had a bit of an upset, but we managed to happily sort it all out.
Okay, I kind of sigh.
It wasn't that big of a deal, really. We managed to handle it perfectly fine, right, guys?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
So, and before you jump to any conclusions, well, the people at the fortress, well, they weren't officially the Black Pens, so that's a good thing.
And they're not officially all dead.
Titanus just looks up and he just wonders for a couple of seconds. What do you mean, dead? Who are you talking about?
Bandits.
I kind of look over at Voro and Marco and just kind of like wonder if they're gonna say anything or just keep quiet.
Marco just sighs heavily and looks up. It's my doing.
See?
I'm sorry, but it's because of my group that we cause so much hassle. And Titanus just looks up and he glances over Marco briefly. I knew I recognized your face. How has it been, Marco?
I kind of blink. Wait, what?
You know each other, despite the white hair.
It's kind of tricky with I could still recognize his face.
Yeah, the hair would be my fault. I'm sorry.
Titanus just slowly stands up and he puts his hands on the table, just sort of to take a good look. How long has it been, Marco? It's been, what, 7 years? Marco just sighs heavily and then just looks down at the ground. Yeah, about 7, maybe 8.
I kind of look between Marco.
Horses, you guys know each other?
Yeah, I look between Marco and Titanus, and I'm just kind of confused myself.
It's...
Care to explain?
The two of them just look at each other and then they look back at you. And they just slowly nod. It's something we can't talk about too much, but Marco once saved my life.
Hmm?
Wait, something you can't talk about too much? Excuse me, sir, I think we deserve to know everything.
Titanus just sighs and then he just looks over at you. All right. Then in this case, I think there's something I should do. He then turns his back to you, and he takes off the white cape that he had around his neck, and you can see the back of his sort of red velvet style shirt. He lifts up the back, and you can see 5 arrow points in the shape of a star pinned right on his back. 1 just short of the base of his neck, 2 just near his armpits, and another 2 right on his thighs, or right near the back of his thighs.
Jeez.
What the hell happened there?
Well, I'm guessing he was shot.
No fucking shit, Sherlock. But how did he get shot?
Titanus just
Wasn't me this time.
Titanus just looks over at Mokebeard and goes, "Yeah, wasn't you this time." Which is why I'm glad you chose to be more physical than ranged.
Okay, roll 20 is kind of acting weird for me.
Yeah, it's messing up here. We'll just keep on going. It's in the same room. You don't know much about that. Don't worry. But yeah. So Marco basically just walks up and he sort of stands right behind. He stands right behind his. No, he walks around the table and stands by the side of Titanus. You see, when Titanus was born, Maximilian, his grandfather, decided to lead him on a expedition. When we were going out, we came across some goblins. These goblins were quite advanced and they knew how to use their weapons. They chose to split him and his grandfather apart, and in order to prove a point for entering the territory, they chose to fire at him. They tied him to a tree, they had his face facing towards the tree, and they just took the shots one after another right into the back of him.
And
Okay.
you saved him.
I was just lucky enough. I was passing by. I was walking through doing a little bit of morning exercise. When all of a sudden, we heard this scream. When I heard all this screaming, I rushed over and I basically fired one of my shots back, and I destroyed the crossbow that they had. When they saw that happen, they just up and left. Like they were just unhappy that they saw their torture device destroyed. At that point, I had a bit of napkin with I was using to collect supplies, and I basically just bandaged up as best I could. Poor Titanus, though, he wasn't the same after that attack. But his grandfather couldn't do much, and he swore that he wasn't going to take Titanus out without any extra help. That's why when he became Lord, it was the one rule that his grandfather put into play before he stepped down as Lord of Hope Key. And that was that from now on, a law is to be passed that no Lord may leave the city perimeter without guards to protect him.
That does make sense.
And what happened to you two? Did you just, I'm pretty sure you rescuing our lord, they would have gave you something.
Oh, I definitely rewarded him. It took me a couple of years, but after what happened, I was led back to the city. When Marco was a little worried about entering because of what happened, and obviously the whole thing with the war and things like that. We tried to assure him, but he said he'll come back later. But then he never came back. And then when he finally decided to come back, I became the full Lord of Hope Key. Marco just looks at the ground briefly, and then he looks back up. You still think I only waited until you were Lord to get something from you, didn't you? And Titanus just sighs heavily and puts his head in his arms, on his other hands, and just looks up. Well, that's what it looked like to me, but I need to know this. It's been 7 years since you last even made contact with me. Why now?
Well, I think I might know the reason.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard this person called Quill?
It's at that point that Titanus's face goes pure white with shock.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. We'll take that as a yes.
Well, just see, I think Quill met. I think Quill approached your friend Marco and, well, persuaded him to help.
He glances over at Voro for a moment. I could see the slight nod coming off his face. And then glances back over at Marco, who does a nod as well, but a bit more sensible.
But not. But I think this persuasion was more or less, listen to me or I'll kill you. And he did it well. And to make a point, he basically burned most of Marco's friends and family.
It's at that point that he looks up at Marco with a really sad look on his face. Who's gone? It's at that point that Marco just nods down and looks at the ground, and you can see his face just drooping, and he just mentions just the one name: Percy. And with that, Titanus just falls back in his chair and rubs his eyes, almost in disbelief.
I decide to withhold the fact that Marco and his friends attacked us before.
But but hey, it's not all sad and depressing. For you see, this is where I'm gonna give you all the good news. For I have an idea.
Okay, name your idea.
Well, the reason why Marco and his friends were at the fortress was because they were trying to retrieve something from the fortress and to bring it back to a chest near the Barren Path at the crossroads. So I was thinking, and once they've done that, they would have to return to the fortress and wait for Quill. So here's my idea. I say that you, Titanus, take your whole army, go to the Barren Path, and maybe another army towards the fortress to wait for Quill and take him down and end this whole thing once and for all.
Oh.
Pretty good plan, hey?
Titanus just ponders for a moment. He listens to the idea with a very clear head, and he nods a little bit to the idea, and he looks back up at you. And what about the rest of you? Do you all see something with this plan?
It is kind of possible that they haven't yet collected the stuff that was raided for them by Marco and Borrow. So
The only thing I could find was a feather.
Yeah, but the rest of it might still be at the pool.
Alright.
So you can sort of see him dwindle his thumbs a bit, and he's like, okay. So what you're suggesting, Golden Heart, is that we gather the troops, we split them up, and we try and ambush as best as we can.
Yeah.
You know, that might actually work. He looks over at Marco. So tell me, when did you plan to have this person pick up the stuff? The situation was that we'd collect the stuff at the fortress, drop it off at the drop-off point, then make our way back to our hideout, and then he would supposedly come with us to the baluster, but after that, we don't know much more than that. And he just sort of ponders for a bit, and then looks over at all of you.
I mean, if you guys keep an eye out and ambush him at the baluster, we could go and check the pond and see what we can
Excuse me?
salvage.
We have done arbitrarily. We have successfully captured the bandits, and we have found information. I don't think we need to do anything. This is all down to Titanus. So, about our rewards.
To be fair, did we actually complete the mission? Yes, we got information, but
Golden Heart then glares at Zillion. I have been running around all day, and we nearly got ourselves killed for this. For what?
It's at that point before you say much more that Titanus looks up. Wait, killed?
Yeah, I facepalm. Great way to go, Goldie.
It doesn't matter. We've done it. We came back. We survived. So this is all up to you, Titanus. We've done our part. So now you do yours.
Titanus just sits there and looks over at all of you briefly. He then looks back at you with a stern look. So, you obviously don't think you can help out much more than this?
Well.
If you pay.
What else could we help out with?
Well, what about the hooded figure at Landlust and checking out of see if this fallen Talon guy was still around or not? I mean, that sounds quite interesting. I want to go explore that.
Well, you guys can. I only came here for one thing.
Technically, wasn't that the mission we were supposed to go on? So technically, our mission is not over yet.
Zillion, I swear to God.
Titanus just holds his hand up and goes, "That's enough! Look, I understand exactly what you guys are all on about. I understand exactly what I promised you, and I still stand by that statement.
Alright.
But Zelion did make a point. Your mission was to find out if you could find out anything about this hooded figure. From what we gather, if this quill is the hooded figure, then I can say that this may have been a success on your end, and you may get your reward once this is taken care of. On the other hand, if it turns out that this quill is somebody else entirely and has nothing to do with this, then the mission may still be on. Now, I understand your desire for your knowledge and your desire for your rewards to all four of you, but I ask you to just either be a little patient with me, and we are going to get through this. I ask you just be a little patient till we finalize this hooded remark, and once we've got this sorted, then you shall all be rewarded."
Golden Heart then glares. Her eyes were her eyes showing with rage at Titanus. And she was growling at him. You promised!
I promised, and I still stand by my word.
Hey, Goldie, I suggest not starting a fight with the Lord of Hope Key.
A lord. Lords, Dragonborns don't care about lords. They're all humans in our eyes.
Okay.
And
My
they mean nothing.
Marco and Voro both look down. So what was that nice act you did on us? Was that generally you being nice, or was that just some act?
I kind of look over at Goldie. Like, how does she look right now?
Make a perception check.
Yay.
1d20. Okay, perception. Just need to double. Perception plus 2. Okay. Okay. 9.
Okay, 9. You can tell that she's angry, but you can't tell much more than that. You can't tell exactly what's the biggest stir about all of this.
I begin to worry.
I came to Hope Keep for one thing and one thing only. I didn't came here to help you.
I like her.
It's at that point that you see Marco's face just drop. He drops to his knees and he just doesn't say any words than that. As for Voro, he just sits back in the chair with his head in his hands, and the only thing you can just briefly get out of him is just one simple phrase. Now I know why dragons are so feared. They don't just break heads. They break hearts too, and you're just as shallow as the beast they are. We actually trusted you. We cared for you!
You know what? You've been nothing but rude and mean since I bumped into you. I'm staying and I'm helping, and screw you.
Fine. I'll help. But Titanus, if you screw me over one more time, I will burn this place to the ground. I have came here to find my kind, and I do not care about anyone else except for my clan.
Goldie, enough!
And what about you, Zillion? You came here for one thing too.
And what do you think that one thing is?
Must be really important, considering you wanted to have a private talk with Titanus. Don't you think you would like to know about it right now? Instead, you're just going to go on this mission, and you might die, and you'll never know. We're nothing but cattle to them.
Hey, you don't get it. You don't get compassion at all. Well, hey, you don't. I don't know if you're being genuine. I don't know if you're truly honest. But you know what? I wanted to believe for 1 second that deep down underneath that rough exterior, you are a good person. I know what you did for me back at the fortress. And you could have left me to die, but you didn't. And you know what? For a moment, I wanted to believe. I don't meet a lot of Dragonborn. I've seen so many different races. And you know what? I have a deep appreciation for all races, anyone. And I was willing to give your kind a chance. And maybe I was, but you know what? Maybe I was wrong about you. All you care about is yourself. You don't care about anyone. You only care if it benefits you. And I just turned back, leaving it at that.
Are you done? So let's go down to business. So, we're going to that pool, aren't we?
Titanus just shakes his head a little bit to clear the air from his own head and just mutters, "That's the plan. You guys go there. Check out what's in that chest. If you guys find anything useful within that chest, bring it back here. We'll do the rest. You can get your information. And then you can fuck the ride off if you're just gonna be like this."
Well then, I guess I'll head over to the pool myself.
I'll join you. You seem like fun.
I just stay seated. Not even bothering to look at Goldie.
Fine, then. I guess you'll be some use after all, Mugbeard.
Yes.
You're the only useful person in this room right now. Come on. The sooner we get there, the sooner we can get our rewards.
Indeed.
Titanus just gets up out of his seat and just walks to the door. I am not going to stop you if the two of you are really wanting to do this, but I'm warning you now. I still stand by to give you rewards. But you have to understand, this is a city of unity. That's all I wanted. And if you two are going to be like this, well. And with that, he just unlocks the door and just opens it wide. Just know this. My guards aren't going to do anything if anything goes wrong. So if the two of you get killed, and he just looks away for a brief moment and just points with a sheer ferocity and just says, "If you're going, just go."
Titanus, you speak of unity, yet from the way your people treated me as soon as I came in here, they treated me like I was a monster. It's clear that nobody cares for the dragons. You see us as monsters, so I'll act like a monster.
He just looks over at you briefly and says, "Do you not remember the words I said when you came in? You wanted to see a land of you wanted to see dragons as a chance to exist between humans. I want you to know this. I still stand by that. To my note, to my life, to my God, 100%. I'm just trying to do what I can do. I just don't want to see any more bloodshed. I do not want to see what happened to Helix happen to you. I lost too many people because of this piece of paper. It was supposed to bring life. It was supposed to bring unity. I do not want to see this. I do not want to see anybody else die in the same bloodshed as everyone else wants to." And you can see he starts to tense up a little bit more. And he pounds the wall with his fist with a loud... And you can just see this look of despair on his face as he shows a different side than he did before. His teeth are gritted. His veins look like they're about ready to pop. And he slowly just turns to face your direction. I hold utmost respect for everything. I know how powerful dragons can be. I know how mighty dwarves are with their knowledge of mastery of weapons and everything. I know how well that halflings are, despite their size, their power, their stature. I believe in every piece of crap that everything else goes on. So if you want to turn around and tell me that I'm doing a damn bad leadership on this town, then please understand I wouldn't have asked you to come if I didn't have any faith in you. Any faith in the dragons. Any faith in your kind being united in this land. And you heard Zelion. He had faith. Marco had faith. I still have faith. And if you even have any bit of faith in any of this, then I ask you to trust me just this time, and we can get you your information. The problem is right now, Helix is the one who has it. And Helix was here earlier. He's going to be coming by in the morning. So, you can wait for a bit. You can get the information from him and you can be gone if you wish. Or you can help us with this mission. And I will give you the extra information that I have too. And not just your information. I will have Zelion's information. That he wants. Mugbeard can drown himself to the pits of hell in beer for as much as I care. And Trilly?
Nah.
I mean no disrespect to you, but I still don't know what you're after. What is it that you desire for your reward, if you don't mind my asking, Trilly?
I just want to go home.
Glance over at Trilly.
Goldenheart then looks at Trilly and for a split moment had a look of sadness in her face.
You're home. What do you mean?
Well, I don't come from this place, sir. I ended up here one night and I don't know how to get back.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually have I have something in common with the halfling. Anyway, Mugbeard, I bet as soon as we get there and back, we'll have our rewards in the morning. And more.
He did make a passionate case, though.
Tell you what, how about this? Concerning everything that's happened, how about you guys sleep on it? If you guys wish to help us out in the morning, then meet me down here. If you wish to do your own devices, then just say a farewell to Olga, and she'll drop off the message. But know this, I still stand by everything I said this evening. I stand by that. I honestly do. And in fact, I can prove it. And he does one thing. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to Goldenheart. You asked for information.
Chris?
Oh, I'm still here. Please tell me I haven't dropped.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry, don't know what happened there.
Might be Alpha's.
What was all that again?
Hey, sorry. So Titanus just briefly reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small document. All I know is this one information. And if it helps you, I think you can help plead the case.
Can I read it?
Go ahead. He hands you the note. Are you going to read it out loud? Are you going to put it on the table? Are you just going to look at it yourself?
Read it out loud. What does it say?
Okay. So you pull open the parchment, and the parchment says a message. The message reads as following. the bronze dragons of Eldoray. We wish for a chance to prove the humans, to prove the half-elves, the tieflings, the dwarfs, and everyone else in this world that not the dragons are killers, but the dragons be friends. I wish for a life for myself and for my daughter, Goldenheart.
Aww.
Where did you get this?
It was found in one of the archives in the Vanguard. It was found in one of the old sections that we have. The sections are dated by years and things. It was found in one of the back ends. That's why I didn't get enough time. I only briefly looked through, but in that document, it was found in an old book that we recovered in Eldoray. Or the ruin.
Eldoray?
It's the old dragon village that used to exist within the southern point. It was destroyed more than 150 years ago.
Oh.
What? How? What? What happened?
We don't know. But, and this is where he pulls out a small book. The book is dotted in green leather, and on the front of the page, it's unreadable to Trilly, Zillion, and Mugbeard, but to Goldenheart, it is written in Dragovian. And on it, it reads, "The heart of the nation." And it is, and turning over the first page, there is something in the inside of the cover. A black feather.
What does this mean? Why is there a black feather?
From what we can gather. And he looks at the black feather that Zelion had, and the black feather that is in the book. We've got confirmation by looking at this. If the two match, and he's going to make a perception check. Come on, this needs to be good. This needs to be good. That is a 23.
Ooh.
He looks at both the feathers, and in both the same places, the feathers are exactly the same.
Oof.
What does it mean? I don't understand.
It's my speculation, and this is just my guess, that the Black Pen has something to do with what happened to your village. That's my guess, but I can't give too much on that being a correct answer or not. That's sort of why, after hearing your plan, we could try and see about this quill person and make sure if this is true, and find out exactly what their deal is, and even where these feathers are coming from.
Goldenheart then just looks at the ground, her mind racing. She didn't know what. She had so many questions. What? Where was her father? Was he alive? Why was the Black Pen responsible for what had happened to her village? And she felt rage towards the only person she could think of, Quill. When I find him, I'll make him pay. I'll happily tear out his fingers.
Can I help?
Make him pay.
Whoa.
And then I will, and if they did do something to my village, everyone in the Black Pen will burn to the ground.
Oh boy.
Goldenheart then turns around and leaves, holding the book closely in her chest.
Oh boy.
The room is just silent for a bit, and from the looks, everything seems still. Titanus just sort of walks up in the brief moment and looks up and basically just says, "Where exactly are you going?"
I'm going to read the rest of this book and try and find any clues about my clan.
Okay. If you find anything, let us know. If anything, we will help you. If that's anything to give you at least some comfort right now.
You better help me and not be keeping anything from me, Titanus.
Titanus just stands out of the doorway, and you can see that he actually does something that is only done in Hopekey to the higher class lords. He bends down on one knee, almost like a guy proposing to a girl, and he just looks up with his arm across his chest, and his other arm then crossed against it, almost like he was crossing his arms, but kneeling down on his left knee. And he looks up and he basically says, "I swear, in the name of Hopekey's presence, in the name of my grandfather Maximilian, and even on the great Lord of Dragons himself, Bahamut, I promise you, Hopekey will find justice for him."
Golden Heart then looks at Titanus and she lets out a sad sigh. Do you people always have to make these things so dramatic? I don't deserve a bow.
I just kind of adjust my hat, almost in a dramatic flare.
Titanus just sort of looks over and says, "Have you dealt with the bard here?" Marco then, with the brief joke moment, walks up the steps and he stands by the side of Mugbeard for a brief moment. Tell me, do you feel the same anything compared to them, or are you just a dwarf on a mission?
I just want to have fun.
Of course.
Oh boy. I roll my eyes.
And it's at that point as well that Marco looks up, and despite how he was a moment earlier, he gets up, he walks up to you. It walks up to you, Golden Heart.
Oh.
And he just hugs you. He just gives you a great big hug and just stands there.
Marco, what you doing?
I'm honestly,
He's hugging you. Are you blind?
Obviously, we can see that.
the fact
Why the fuck is he hugging me?
because of one reason. Even if it was just some kind of act, the fact that you at least let me do something for my fallen brethren, that was actually sweet of you. And I didn't know what happened to your past. What happened to all of you? So, if it's anything, I want to say I'm sorry to hear what happened to all of you. And if it's anything, I think I may have something that might help you. It is something actually I wanted to keep hidden, but it was just because of in case Quill came back. But I think I can trust you. Because I can trust you all. If you go back to the base, near where that flag was, you'll find a small patch of dirt. Take 10 paces from the pointed stone and dig 10 paces west, 10 paces east from that spot. You'll find something that'll be very helpful to all of you. As I said, we wanted to keep that a safe thing just because of how we were. I think if you guys are going to tackle these guys better than we do, you guys are going to need this more than I do.
Golden Heart then sighs and hugs him tightly. And then she lets go and quickly looks in her pouch of gold and takes 50 gold and gives it to Marco. This is for you and your friend. And
east.
Oh, pardon?
Sorry, I was just saying to Trilly, it's east.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Mug. But
This is for you and your friend. You said you needed to survive. I figured this might be a little bit of a start.
it's at that point that you see Titanus with a gentle smile on his face as he felt moved by this. And Marco, he happily nods his head and turns around to the rest of you, the other three of you, and says, just promise me one thing for all of you.
All right. What's that?
When you find Quill, do one thing for me if you get the chance to kill him.
What's... All right. What's that?
Burn him for Percy too.
Okay.
I can happily do that.
What? Like... Yeah, you can.
Oh God! I just gave away 50 gold. What the fuck is wrong with me?
A lot.
It's called compassion, and if it's anything, that's noble of you. Well, and he gently gives you a gentle tap where your heart is. Well, you know, for a dragon. And with that, Titanus just claps his hands as he gets up and goes, well, then I think it's probably best that before this turns into much a charade, I'd say we should probably take it easy, I think. So, if you guys would like, we actually have special rooms made for all of you, just in case you said yes. And he leads you briefly to the counter, and just behind one of the beer pumps is a set of keys. To be precise, there are 6 keys. He takes off a key and hands it to each of you, so each of you have your own special key. You don't have to write this down if you don't want to. This is your personal thing if you want to write it or not. But you have a special key, and it only works for the room that you have. And he basically says, you may have these rooms for as long as you may stay in Hope Key. Whether you use them as a place to cry or vent, to rest and relax, to read or to play, I don't mind. But let's just do this. Let's stop this pen before they do any more damage to the rest of our civilization. To Hope Key.
All these rooms are for us.
Yes. Basically, the one thing to mention is the rooms go not where... You can see the map. None of the doors here lead to those rooms. They are essentially down the other corridor that is on the other side of the table. So basically, if you see where the table seats are on the left, as in these things here,
Right.
There's basically a corridor that goes off in, if we can do it here, it goes off in that direction. And and at the end it splits off into special rooms and things like that. But Titanus basically says, rest up all of you. And in the morning, we'll figure out a plan to fully get this sorted.
Okay, so the rune is goes in other possessions, right?
Yes. So essentially, out of the 6 rooms, 2 of them are share rooms, and the other 4 are separate rooms. So in other words, you've got 4 that are just single bedrooms. The other 2 are share bedrooms.
So, so bedroom runes.
Sorry, I worded wrong, but you know what I mean. You've all got your own room if you want it, or if you want to have a share room with somebody, you can have that too if you wish.
Boy, so it's not an item. Never mind.
No.
What are you guys gonna pick?
I thought we were given hearthstones or something.
No. You were given keys to rooms.
Okay. I just take my key.
Okay, so
I
okay,
just tip my hat and say, "Thank you."
very well. He hands the key. He hands a key over to Trilly, and
Trilly,
he
Turkey.
he bends down and just looks you in the eye for a moment, Trilly, and he notices a little tear just dripping on your face from what happened, and he just gently wipes it away with a little bit of his robe, and just says, "I'm sorry to make you think you know what's happened."
Trilly will just pat him gently on the shoulder, say, "I'll see you in the morning," and walk off to her room.
He then gives a key to Mugbeard.
I grab a beer and go to my room.
I fucking love Mugbeard. Nothing bothers
Yeah, end of the world, beer. He
me.
then-
Just
doesn't
doesn't
give a
just doesn't give two
I know.
shits, mate.
Final boss, beer keg.
Wait, I can't attack that.
So then finally Titanus gives the last key to Golden Heart and just looks her in the eyes just for a moment and just nods and just says, "Be strong. That's all I ask."
I'm a dragon. We have that in our nature.
Of course you do. And with that, he gently taps you on the shoulder and just says, "I hope you make more sense of that book than we could. None of us could figure out what the heck was written in it, so if anyone can do it, I'm sure you can."
Thank you, Titanus, and I'm sorry about before.
He just looks over and just shrugs and just goes, "Believe me, I've seen a lot of many people with many different reasons to yell and cry for loss and for many other reasons too. So it's okay. I'm just sorry that I got riled up myself. It's undignified of me to be a leader to rile up like this, you know."
It shows that you, at least, are not the boring lord.
Well, glad I passed the test. Anyway, I'll let you go get some sleep or do what you want to do with that book.
Golden Heart then quickly goes up the stairs.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
All right.
is anybody doing anything before the night is over?
All right.
Reading the fucking book.
Okay.
I haven't left the room. I haven't left the room yet, so I just kind of stand up and thanks again. Oh, before I forget, I then reach into my coin bag, pull out 5 coins, and give them to Titanus.
What's this for?
5 measly coins.
for the permit.
Oh. Oh, that's right, the permit, yes. I will be going to the office tomorrow in the morning before I make my way here. I'll have the permit ready for you in the morning.
All right, thank you. And before I leave, I'm just like, you managed to find information about... I kind of just shuffle with my collar.
He nods his head and basically says, "I actually have my friend Helix looking into that stone. I can't promise he'll have anything soon, but I promise the moment I get something, it will be your way first. I promise.
All right, I nod, giving him a thankful smile, and then I just tip my hat once more and just make my way to my room.
Okay. So with that, Titanus just shrugs and he walks out of the room with he walks out of the broken chalice with Marco and Voro by his side, and he essentially goes out and they lock the door, leaving the chalice completely locked down. So, with that, is there anything you all want to do before the night is over? We got Goldenheart reading the book. Trilly, Zillion, and Mugbeard. Are any of you doing anything in particular?
Okay, I enter my room and then just kind of... there's a bed in there, right?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
No, of course not. You're
No,
gonna
you're
sleep on the
sleeping.
floor.
Hey, we don't have a picture of these rooms, so I'm just
Okay, yeah, I'll work on that.
Okay, so I just kind of sit on the bed. I just kind of sit on the bed and then just kind of sigh. I kind of making sure I'm alone. Making sure I'm completely alone. I pull out my pendant and just kind of look at it for a brief moment.
Okay.
Won't be long now. I hope. I just kind of muttered that to myself.
I'm just drinking.
Fair enough. Mobius just drinking. Trilly, what are you doing? Are you just going to sleep, or are you doing anything?
Trilly's practicing with our crossbow.
Okay. So Trilly is sort of standing in the middle of her room, and she's sort of wielding the bow. Sort of, are you pretending to fire bows, or are you actually firing bows?
Well, she's probably actually firing the bow.
Okay. Let's see. Make this the last one. Make it a strength check, please.
Oh, God damn it!
Minus or anything on the strength, Trilly.
Yeah, she's a halfling. Not much strength in her.
Just a straight up strength roll, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Normally I'd say disadvantage, but yeah, you can have a straight one this one. Because there's no one around, there's no threat.
Well,
So much
don't
rolling
get
back.
someone.
There you go, straight up strength check.
Okay, so at 11. Okay, so you are able to practice pulling the string back, but due to how late of night it is, and Olga's warning still ringing in your head, you're not quite brave enough to practice firing the arrows, but you are good enough to at least practice firing with the string, just with this little dong, dong. Almost like you're playing a harp with only one string.
Makes it playing the pan flute.
It does. And Goldenheart, you're reading the book. How much are you wanting to read of the book?
Let's read fucking all the bits.
You're gonna... Oh, boy.
Oh boy, she's gonna pull an all-nighter.
Yep,
3 days later.
No, okay, so if you're wanting to do that, okay, since it's written in Dragovian, this is going to be information I will pass strictly to Goldenheart, and she will get this, just her, and it will be up to her if she wants to share it.
Wait, are you sending it me through Skype or?
I'll send it to you in Skype in a moment and such, but basically it'll be information you'll get, and it'll be up to you what you want to share of it.
Alright.
Okay, so with that, the night is going to be over. So, with that, that's the end of tonight's session.
Wasn't that a drama and a half, right, guys?
That was, yes. Okay, you want to know
What drama?
You want to know the fun fact, by the way?
What?
Mm-hmm.
The argument section at the end there was improvisation. I did not plan for that one.
It's so good that I'm the type of person that would have an argument for everything.
Yeah, and in fairness, I think it works there. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for tonight's session. So, with that said, time for our inner last monologue here. So, what information will Goldenheart find in her special book?
Probably
Will-
won't tell you all.
Yeah, will Zelion be able to discover the history of the mystical gem around his neck? Will Trilly,
Pendant technically, but still.
will Trilly be able to master the bow, or will Trilly be able to find a weapon more suited to her needs? And will
Blacksmith, I promise.
and will Mugbeard be able to go through at least half an hour without thinking or drinking?
No.
Well,
He
we
doesn't
got one
drink.
answer. But of course, the other question is, what is the secret to this treasure and quill? Well, that's something that may be discovered on another time. So, with that, I'm afraid to say the perception score's gone low. So that means you're no longer seeing this. So with that, if you charge with joy with this stream, be sure to hit the subscribe button on each. I can't speak. I tried.
You tried very hard.
Thank you. So, with that said, if you were charged with joy with this stream, be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and check out the other videos on our channel as well. We do the other streams as well here. You'll also find out that, let's see, Tuesday's coming up, so I think Brian might be streaming, or Kib will be streaming. I know one might be. But we'll have a word and see what we can do there. But otherwise, guys, that is all for tonight. Hope you enjoyed our session. It's been an absolute blast. We had a lot of fun here. And I hope you guys have all checked out too, because I saw a couple of new names that appeared in our in the chat and things. So to all those who came and watched us, thank you very much. And we're sorry for any technical issues that happened during the stream. It was fantastic. But with that said, it's goodbye from Brownie of the Joytard Gamers. It's goodbye from Aeon.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Moonraven.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Delancey.
Boy, everybody!
It's goodbye from Caitlin.
Get good.
And of course, it's a goodbye from everybody in our beloved little world. So with that said, this is Brownie signing off on Let's Play Live Dungeons and Dragons. Stay charged and catch you all later. Goodbye.
Bye!
Goodbye, you fools. Oh. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.